doing? What, you getting a glare on your
Getting
head?
glare on my head.
Well, grow hair. Anyways, how come my phone took... Oh, I didn't take it off the thing here. Okay. Where's my...
I don't have my phone with me.
Why, you need your phone?
No, sometimes you look at the temperature.
No,
It's about 4
auto
degrees.
lock. No, I didn't want it.
Are we live?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm just getting things set up here. Yes, we are. And Andy's here. Hi, Andy. And can you see us and hear us okay? Because this, of course, is a different setup than we usually do. And yes, we will be in reverse. Nothing we can do about that. Deb's here.
Just turn backwards.
Yeah, right. Hi, Deb. You can see and hear you fine. Great. Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. And everybody, so it looks like everybody can see us and hear us. Okay, we'll just give it another couple of minutes. We got 7 people here. Hi, Mel. Just getting rubbered up here. Phyllis is here. And what would be an art attack without a little wine? You are going to see a glare on Walter's head. Actually, I'm going to turn the camera just a little bit more this way. Ooh, came off its thing.
turn it that way, that bad.
Which way?
Well, I guess that's okay. You can see the...
Yeah. Now what are you doing? Poking my lights. Okay. Oh, Cindy's here and Janet's here. Alrighty. So, yes, today is Art Attack. Now, when you just did that, now I'm getting shadowed. Like, okay, fine. Makeup. Well, that'll have to do. This room isn't really set up for this kind of stuff, so
Oh, now I can't see anything.
now you... Well, that was dumb.
What?
What? Well, now what? Okay, I guess it'll do. Anyways, hi Jetty. So today, before we get started, we'll just talk about a few things. So, what's been happening? Well, interesting thing. The doctors tried to kill my mother. Well, not really, but what they did do was they came in. We happened to be there, and the nurse came in, and she had a pill in a little cup for my mother to take. And my mother said, "Is that a red pill?" And she says, "No, it's a green pill." I don't know what,
Probably Red's Tylenol.
maybe. Anyway, she says, "Well, what's the green pill for?" And she said, "Well, the physiotherapist said that you were in a lot of pain and to the point you were crying." My mother her head just about came off her head. She sits right up and goes, "I was not crying. I'm not in pain. It's that lady over in the other bed. You want to give it to her, not for me." My mother got really uptight. My mother doesn't like to take any kind of medication. She takes a little bit, but that's about it. And I'm kind of the same way. I don't like taking medication either, but, you know. But anyways, this nurse said, okay, if you don't want it, I won't give it to you. Well, it turned out that somebody got their wires crossed. Either the nurse or the physiotherapist or which. I suspect it was actually the nurse that was trying to give my mother the pill. And because it was meant for the other lady who was definitely in a lot of pain. So I kind of thought, well, you know, things like this happen, but you never know. So I went over and I spoke at the nurse's station to some of the nurses that were there. And, you know, I said to them, I feel a little awkward, you know, bringing this up, but, you know, and told them the situation. The thing I was concerned about is, okay, this time it was a painkiller. It probably wouldn't have done her any harm, but, you know, it's not her medication. So I just figure it keeps them on their toes a little bit. And according to my mother, the word did spread around about that. So, anyways, some excitement. Let's see, what are people saying? Angela's here. Hi, Angela. So, anyways, that was excitement of the week. She's doing usual, whatever. got this expensive brace that we talked about last week, and I think I talked about it on my vlog, and she hasn't had it on except about once. And it's pretty much looks like that. It's a waste of money. Deb says, would love to share with you and everyone, I've got a new job. The hospital I work in has managed to redeploy me. It's an admin role, completely new to me, but a challenge. I'm so excited. Well, that's great, Deb. So obviously this is something that you probably are going to enjoy, or you want it, I would hope. And Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. And Kathy says you do have to advocate for your loved ones. And yep, for sure, you do. So anyways, so that's my mom. And the thing just, hope it doesn't fall over.
What?
It just loosened off, the bracket, because there's not enough suction on there. I usually have to put a little water under it to
Lick it.
make it suck. Yeah, lick it. Lick it. So it's a technical difficulty here. Yeah, this is upfront and personal. Just bear with me, people, for a second. Of course, my water thing is... Okay. Get everybody moved around here.
No, I got top of my head.
Oh, sorry. Well, geez. I want to make sure I get...
You gotta get the,
Okay, just...
Okay.
Now I think it's too far over.
No, I don't have my head in there at
No,
all.
I know. Okay, just give me a sec here. Okay. We need professional equipment. Okay, how's that look?
Well, yeah, I think we got stuff now.
Is that okay? Yeah, okay, we're all in there. Okay, so sorry about that. Deb says you didn't want to leave as being their 16 years nursing career is over, but can still stay at the hospital. Thanks, everyone. Been a 9 months long time, so nervous and apprehensive, but excited too. Yeah, well, you're starting a new job. There's always got to be some apprehension in that, right? But good for you. Let's see. Tomorrow, my vlog. Lots of things to talk about then, so I won't talk about them now. And our sewing classes this week.
Do we vote tomorrow?
Yes, we do. That's down at Follow the Script.
Oh, okay.
There's a cheat sheet up here what you can't see. That's what I'm reading from. I blew up my notes so that we can read them while we're in this position. So anyways, I was going to ask about your sewing class, how that went this week.
Okay. She was showing us a little bit of thread painting, which I was a little apprehensive about at first, but actually it worked out okay.
So what's thread painting?
Well, it was just sort of like sewing on top of an applique so that with different colors and that to give it more definition. Like on my trees, my leaves and my trees, I did a swirl with variegated thread, and it gave it a little bit more definition on the leaves.
Actually, I knew what thread painting was. I was just
Yeah,
for
wow.
them, for everybody else to see if they didn't know. But anyways, I am going to do a Walter's almost got it finished. His quilt. I guess what are you doing next? You're going to layer it and do actual quilting on it, right?
Yeah, so I still need you to help me cut the fabric.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, we'll have to do that because we have to do that before Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it's looking really good. Much to my chagrin. Yeah. Every time he touches something, he always says, "Yeah." He does this on purpose. He does it
should
on
have brought it
purpose.
downstairs to show everybody.
Well, you can go and get it.
Okay, I'll go get it.
Go get it. But we don't want to get it into alcohol. Meanwhile, I'll sing and dance for everybody here. How do you like that? La la la. No. Love my gloves? There's a reason for the gloves for today's art attack. So, Laura's here. Hi, Laura. Deb says, you two are so funny. You always bring a smile to my face. Bless you both. Well, I'm glad we do, Deb. That's good. Better than making you cry. I was just reading what other people had written here. So, yeah, it's art day today. It's art attack, and we are going to do alcohol inks. Now, Walter has done this before, but we're going to step it up a bit. We're going to end up making some three-dimensional cards out of what we create today, and it'll be very abstract art-like, but hopefully the end result will be worth it. Oh, he's got his quilt here, so here you go. Show us your quilt. I'm going to do a special Idiot's Quilter once he gets it done. I'm going to interview him for that and talk about his quilt and talk about his experience working on his first quilt project. But we'll save that for an Idiot Quilter. But there you go. So you see you can't really see it probably very well, but there's some lines in here on different things, and these are actually sewn on. This is thread painting in those. It gives it texture. So next you have to sandwich it, right? And then you're going to actually quilt it. And how is she going to quilt it?
Supposedly in between the black lines.
Oh, that'll be interesting. There's not a lot of space between those black lines, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. So anyways, it's coming along quite nice. And then I said we have to figure out where we're going to hang it. Keep it far away from the alcohol inks.
Yes, I know.
You don't really want to get that. Everybody says it's lovely. What, you going upstairs with it now?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Get this show on the road here. So, anyways, while he's up there putting that away, and once he gets back down, I was at my embroidery class yesterday, and I'm going to show you tomorrow what we were doing in that class. But it was kind of a trying class yesterday. The woman who's the instructor for it and is the owner of the store, she seemed a little off her game yesterday. She was a little disorganized, which is not like her. She's a very organized person. I think she's getting a little overwhelmed and flustered because hers is the only quilt store in our area right now, in our immediate area. There were 2 other places, but both of them have gone out of business. So she's got all their customers coming to her, which is good for her. It's even more business. But now I think she's finding it a little overwhelming because if Saturday was any indication, they were packed in there. It's not a big place. She even was talking about looking around to find a bigger spot, but she has to have parking and everything. So I don't know if that'll ever happen or not. Be a bitch of a thing to move that store, though. All that stuff. God. She could hire us to help move. She had to pay us. I don't move for nothing. But anyways, so we'll talk about some other things as we go through this, but what we're going to do today is use alcohol inks, and most people I think are familiar with alcohol inks. They're basically, that's what's sitting all in front of us here, these little bottles, and this is why we're wearing gloves. Alcohol ink is a pigment-based alcohol, basically, that you can put on non-porous items. So this will colorize glass, plastic, photo glossy paper, which is what we're going to use today. And you can get some really neat effects with this. They come in all kinds of different colors, and you don't use a whole lot with them. And you'll see as we get working with them, if you've never seen alcohol inks before, how they work. But the problem with alcohol inks is if you get them on something else, they will not come off. So on the table today, I've taken my non-stick mats off because it will stain the non-stick mats. And I've put down wax paper here to protect the surface. The gloves are for the same reason, because once you get this stuff on your hands, it takes several days to get it off as well. So, let's see. Catherine says, wow, you sure have a large inventory. It's like a store. Yeah, well, you know me, Catherine. I never just buy one of anything. If there's a set, I want them all. So I have the colors organized in these little racks on cool colors and warm colors. You have to be careful. Sometimes when you're mixing your colors, you can end up with mud. So, don't use complementary colors because they make mud on the wheel. And we're just going to make some things. We're using little squares, 4x6. Actually, this might be a little smaller than 4x6. Pieces of photo glossy paper. Now, why photo glossy paper as opposed to just using cardstock? You can use this on cardstock, but they don't blend out as well. The cardstock will absorb them. On something like photo glossy paper or Yupo, if you put them on then, they spread out better because it doesn't really absorb into them. How it dries is, and they dry very quickly, the alcohol evaporates and leaves behind the pigment. But they will react to each other as well. And there's something called blending solution, which is basically alcohol. You could use just ordinary rubbing alcohol, a strong one. You'd want a strong one. And this you will take color off or help you to mix colors. And there's really no rhyme or reason to this because you really can't control the outcome. So going to pick your colors. So you can have as many colors as you want.
That's what it says it's warm, but that to me is a cool color.
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh, don't start arguing with me about this. Who knows? It's just a suggestion, as they say. I don't know. So, get your color. And we're also going to try this product. I haven't used this much. This is a new one from Tim Holtz. It's called Alcohol Lift Ink. And apparently you can use this like a stamp pad, which we're going to try, and you can get some interesting effects. But first thing is, we're going to create some backgrounds. So, how do you do this? Well, you take your alcohol inks and you drip. And as I said, they dry very quickly, but you can make them run a little bit. Now, of course, right now, what I have here is not too exciting as the start, as you can see. Geez, some of these caps are
Stuck.
So you're just dripping them on and see what you get. Now they will react to each other. I hope you can see this okay. And get mine to run a little bit. I'll hold it up so you can see what I'm doing here. And you just keep playing until you get something you like. And if you've got too much of a color, you can take, let me see, I need a paper towel. And you can just sort of dab them around. Oh, I know something else we could use. We need a couple of ink applicators. There are many different ways where you can apply, how you can apply the alcohol. We're doing it straight from the bottle at the moment. But these are the Tim Holtz ink applicators, the round ones. Usually you use them with Distress Inks, but you can use them with this as well. In fact, he's come out with the same ones that he now calls them as ink applicators. Oh, I gave the wrong type. Don't use the foam, we use the felt. You use felt tips. These are the foam ones.
We're not blowing these ones.
You can, but I didn't bring down any straws. I forgot about blowing. Run upstairs and grab some straws. Just leave your gloves on. It's not, I forgot all about that. It's been a while since I've played with the alcohol inks. So pardon me if I'm a little confused at first. So these little things are felt strips. And these are the square ones. Okay. Give me a sec. Oh, here we go. Found the round ones. Okay. The reason I got a little confused there is because, you know, Tim Holtz came out with years ago the square ink applicators, and these were the newer models. And he had, of course, the felts were all done in the rectangle size, but these are the round ones, which will fit right on these. So I'll show you how to use those in a second. Different effects you can get. I need to add something brighter on here. So you get straws. We'll show you how to use straws too in a bit. Or maybe Walter will start already. Where's the yellow? I want a yellow. Have you got a yellow? No.
No, I couldn't find yellow.
I'm out of it. Oh no, here's the yellow. That's honeycomb, yeah. So Walter's blowing on his, and it gives you another effect. You can see it all moves around. Maybe I'll try that too. We may pass out. Are there fumes? Yes.
Oh,
What'd you do? Whoa.
No, I don't.
Yeah, there are some fumes on these. Well, it's just like the smell of rubbing alcohol, basically. Now what you can do with this is the alcohol blending solution. It allows you to add color or take color off. And if I use it in conjunction with the felt, you put a little on there and you just tap it. And it will lighten up your colors a bit. Or you can also drip it. I may have dripped too much. And as I said, you just keep playing with it until you get whatever you want. And as I said, it dries very quickly. So there's something. I'm not really happy with that, but don't ever throw them out. We'll see yours. Yeah, it's okay. Because we're going to do some die cutting later, and it makes it totally look different. So I think I'll put that one off to the side and show you what you can do with these little devices. So you can take a couple of different colors and you just put a little bit on your felt, and this, just do a dab. Move some of the stuff so you can see.
You got a felt for me?
Yeah, this is on there already.
No, that's not felt.
Yeah, it is. That's felt. It's
Oh,
on there.
okay.
I put it on there. And you don't need a lot of this alcohol ink because a little bit goes a long way. So I'll show you what I have here. So that's what I got by just using the felt. Phyllis says, try dropping one color onto another. Yes, you'll get a kind of a pooling reaction, which is kind of cool. So let's see. For Phyllis, I will give this a try. So let's take a little of this. That might not have been the best color combination for that. You will get a little bit of a swirling effect. I probably put too much on here, but that's okay because I'm just playing. Get out my straw. It does become a bit addictive. Of course, you can get a little high on it too, literally. So speaking of high, it is now legal in Canada to consume marijuana
Recreational.
recreationally. And they've run out.
Well, in Ontario.
In Ontario, they have run out.
Well, not completely. They still have some.
Oh, Nairee's here. Hi, Nairee. So, yeah, there's still some.
I go on and look at the store, but I don't actually buy anything. So I'm just curious.
Right. Well, that's okay.
It's okay.
Actually, for some reason, these aren't really blending out as well as course, it's been so long since I've done this. But we will try some of the alcohol lift in a bit too. Can everybody see okay?
Kind of like that.
What's that? This works really well on Yupo, but Yupo's fairly expensive.
Well, so you don't want to spend the money on me?
No, I didn't. I'm not even sure where my Yupo is. Well, I do sort of know where it is, but it's somewhere. And Laura says, in Canada, Post is in a strike position. My order's going to take forever. Yep. Kathy says, I don't think regular photo glossy paper works as well as glossy paper made for alcohol inks or Yupo, but you can make it work. Actually, that just reminded me of something, Catherine. Let me see here. I do have, where is it? Tim Holtz. Thought I had. Watercolor. Maybe I don't. I thought I did have.
Yeah, I don't think this works as well as that Yupo.
No, Yupo works better. Okay, well, I've got some Yupo here somewhere. Ah, here's some Yupo here. Okay, here we go. If you don't know what Yupo is basically a synthetic paper. It's made of plastic.
I think the stuff dries faster on here. With,
Is that yours or mine? That's mine. No, that's yours. Is that yours?
no, that's
mine.
yours.
Okay, fine.
It's ugly, it's yours.
Yeah, bite me. Yeah, you just keep putting dots on everything. Okay, so let's try the Yupo. Oh yeah, that spreads out nicer on the Yupo. And there you go. See the effect? The ring within the ring kind of look when you put one color on top of the other. You'll get a little bit more of an effect, and it does spread out better on the Yupo, so that's kind of cool.
Do I have the right side or do I have the wrong
Mel
side?
says, Steve, please read comments. What comments, Mel?
I don't think I got the wrong. Do I have the right side?
What? There's both sides are the same on Yupo.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't, I think. Yeah, I don't think it matters. Mel, what do you mean? Please read comments. Is there something here I've missed? Mel says use reverse side of paper, blends better. Reverse side of what? Of the regular photo glossy paper, Mel? Is that what you're talking about? I'll give it a try. Oh, you're right, Mel. The opposite side of the photo glossy paper does actually work a little better. I'll learn something new every day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Actually, I think it works better than the Yupo. This is the reverse.
Yeah, I know. I'll
Fence.
do that in a minute.
Yeah, look at this. I quite like that. Put on the light here. So you can see. Yeah, thanks, Mel. Yeah, Mel says the reverse side of the photo paper is more like Yupo.
Mm.
But yeah, it definitely does work better. Well, I did not know that. But I'm loving that. And it's cheaper than Yupo. I love how it bleeds out on the edges. See? Ooh, that's so pretty. So pretty. My problem is I never know when to stop.
And I tend to stop soon.
Well, I
Of
think
course, I
that's,
don't know what I'm supposed to say.
that's kind of cool. I like this one. This one turned out pretty good. This make a great background. What you think? Try and get the glare off. Let's go back to the Yupo here that I started and see what else I can do with this. So how many of you have alcohol inks and use them? They're one of those things that when you first get them, you're really mesmerized by the whole thing, and then they'll sit on your shelf for a long time and you never get back to them. Yeah, and Marie says, yes, don't use them too much. I have maybe 10, nothing like your collection. Yeah, we did this one night on an art attack when I had people over for dinner. Always like to do a little bit of art with them, something different. And they created some really cool things. Oh, now I feel a little lightheaded. They're not particularly cheap. I forget what I pay for a bottle. I don't know if any of these have a price tag on them. Oh yeah. When I bought these, I paid $4.59 a piece for them. So yeah, a lot of money tied up here in alcohol. Not the kind of alcohol you want to drink. Jetty says they're hard to get there. Yeah. That's the problem. Okay. that's pretty. Gonna let that one dry. That's gonna. Did you try any of your blending solution? Oh, just a little finesse there. I don't like yours. I think mine are nicer. Phyllis says, I had problems with the distress oxide pads. I spent 4 hours playing with these things yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to do that, Laura. I'm going to try the, you're talking about the alcohol lift ink pad. I have not used this much. I think I did a little demonstration of it when I first got it on my channel. And that was the last time that I used it.
Shit.
Oh, that was good.
That was a top. That was, you gotta.
Okay.
You left the top off.
Yeah, you can. Tim Holt says you can. See, it's always my fault. Because that's the Dutch in him. Sorry, Jetty. But you know what I mean, I'm sure. Luckily, I have a plastic thing down here that so it didn't go on the carpeting. Because I have learned that. Okay, I'm going to do another one first of all, and then I'm going to try the lift ink. So I want to make one that's got a fairly darkish background because the lift ink actually lifts the color off. And so I think if you have a little darker background, it might show up better. I guess it depends on which stamp you're using. So while I'm blowing this around, what else happened this week? Got in contact with my long lost cousin. Well, really, my cousin wasn't lost. But I think I mentioned on my vlog that I have my father's Masonic temple apron. He used to be a lodge member many, many years ago. And I have never, ever joined the Masonic temple and don't ever intend to. But I have his and my grandfather's aprons. And I also have 2 Masonic rings as well. And they mean nothing to me. But apparently my cousin was a member of the lodge. And so I had to reach out to him to see if he wanted them. I haven't seen my cousin since his father passed away, which was my uncle, in 2005. And we're very different in age length. I mean, I'm 21 years older than he. He's just turning 40. So anyways, I was able to get a hold of him. And he seems quite excited about getting these aprons and everything, and so we've made arrangements to go down to where he lives and visit him. My sister's going to come along with us too, and possibly her husband if he's not working that day, and it'll be interesting. So I said I haven't seen him in over 13 years, so catch up on things. Oh, Phyllis didn't mean about the lifting. She hasn't tried that. Let's see. Got some. I'm a little bit behind here. Okay. Andy says, Stephen, have you ever used the Jacquard brand of alcohol inks? Maybe they can be a substitute. They're available in regular art stores. No, I've never used that. I've used some of the other Jacquard products before, but I have never used their inks. I don't know what they are like in price in comparison to these. Catherine says, here in the States, the price is $9.99 for a set of 3 bottles of the inks. Yes, Michael's here in Canada doesn't usually sell them individually. They sell them in packs of 3, and I think they're more. I think they're like something like $11.99 here in Canada or whatever. My local scrapbooking store sells them by the individual bottles, plus I've ordered them. Actually, I've ordered them through the distributor that my local scrapbooking store uses because I've still sort of worked for them. And so I have access to the distributor. And I can order pretty much whatever I want. And I still pay... Well, I don't pay full price for them because... What was that? The lights just bump?
No. I think there was a.
Oh no, it was out in the rec room. The lights just came on automatically. Okay. I saw a flash and I wonder what the heck that was. Anyways, squirrel. So I get a little bit of a discount when I order stuff through her distributor, which doesn't hurt. So, actually, I want to get a little bit more color on this, and then I'm going to try the alcohol lift ink. Mel says, has anyone tried Pendart Media Ink alcohol inks? This is a new product, at least here, much cheaper, $3.90 per bottle, euro, than Tim Holtz, which is very expensive, $5.90 per bottle, euro. Wow.
Oh.
That's like about $11, $10, $11 a bottle here in our money. Wow, that is expensive. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit more color on here, and then I'm going to try the lift stuff. Okay, I got to watch which end I put in my mouth. Okay, so another masterpiece. We went to one of those, I don't know if where anybody else where you live, if they have them in your area, but they were all the rage about a year or two ago. People were having these little parties at restaurants, and they were doing little art things. And we went to one where they were using alcohol inks. Now, I had used alcohol inks before, but I wanted to go and see what this was like. Plus, it was in a restaurant that we were kind of interested at the time that we hadn't been to yet. And it was kind of neat, but what she did, the lady who was running it, she gave us all frames, like mats kind of a thing, like for matting them. And so we had kind of a little finished piece of artwork afterwards. And I've seen what other people have done is they take these abstract shapes that come and they'll draw on top of them, like with a Sharpie or something, and like find flower images in here and around, which is kind of a neat technique. Now, I have tried that, but my drawing skills suck major, so I could tell you it was a flower, but it would probably look like anything but. But let's give this alcohol lift ink a try. So, this supposedly says alcohol inks. What's it say? Alcohol inks to lift color from non-porous surfaces. Used with Tim Holtz alcohol inks to lift color from non-porous surfaces. And on the back it says, it's designed to lift alcohol ink from non-porous surfaces and transfer to porous surfaces. Color non-porous surface with Tim Holtz alcohol ink, let dry completely. Ink rubber or clear stamp with lift ink and stamp directly over alcohol ink. Immediately blot stamped image and wipe with soft dry cloth to reveal lifted image. Stamp image onto porous surface to transfer lifted image. Clean stamp with all-purpose non-toxic cleaner. Re-ink with lift ink as needed. Okay, I just re-inked this because I have found it's been sitting on a shelf for, well, a couple of months probably, and even though it was sealed up, it sort of dried out. But I had bought the re-inker for this, and so that's what I used on it. So we'll give this a try and see what happens. I need something though that is porous to transfer the image as well. So let me see what I can get my hands on. Should have something over here. Yeah, here's some Tim Holtz watercolor paper. So try that. You may want to try this too. Put one out for you. Okay. Now, what?
Okay.
Now I need a rubber stamp. Let's see. That might be good. Okay, this one might be fun. I think too it depends on the stamps you're using as well. I need a acrylic block.
This is the backing paper or whatever.
What's that? That's the back of the Well, did you use the back? It doesn't look like it spread as much as it.
No, this is different.
No. That's I didn't give you that to do that.
Oh, okay.
This is what alcohol inks do on porous paper. They just absorb, and you see it goes right through. It doesn't really spread. And somebody is a tool.
Well, you didn't tell me there was different paper here.
God. Watch what I'm going to try, and then you can try it. Jeez, can't get good help. Really. Okay, so I've got this rubber stamp, and it's sort of a stylized. You probably can't tell on the camera, but it's got this woman's head on it. This weird hair flowing out. So, ink it up. I'm not really sure how much of this you should put on, so I'm being very generous. And then I'm going to stamp it on here. I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds because I think it has to kind of dissolve the ink a little bit. Now the idea here is that you should get an image on the alcohol, and you should be able to stamp it onto porous, a piece of cardstock, or in this case I'm using some Tim Holtz watercolor paper. Yeah.
Cool.
I wonder if I can get a secondary image out of that. But supposedly when you buff this, it'll come up on the other too. Oh, actually, still got a lot of ink on that, so seems to work pretty good. Okay, now you're supposed to buff it with a cloth. Yeah, it works. Not getting this very clear on that, but it did come up, so you got a little bit of something on there. Now, it may depend on your stamp, or maybe I wonder if I let it sit here too long while I was yapping. Still kind of neat, but this is kind of cool when you can do that, because you look at the colors in that. So put that aside for it. So you're gonna give this a shot?
Yeah, which one should I use? Like that?
Whatever one you want. Take a look in the thing.
What?
Back here behind you, the rubber stamps are behind you.
Oh.
Clean this one off.
Oh.
Get out of my way. Okay, I'm going to put that one off to the side. Grab one of these. Oh, is that actually dry? This was the U-Po, so we'll see how it works on the U-Po.
Whoa.
What?
One of these.
You know, use whatever you want to use. I think ones that are more of an abstract with a
Yeah.
big design might work better. That one I had was fine. Oh, that one looks cute. I'll use this one.
Well, then you what?
I'm gonna try this butterfly. Cause you know I like butterflies. I think you got to work very quickly because this stuff, it's got alcohol in it as well, and I think it evaporates pretty quick.
How about this one?
Yeah, I might. you'll need a block. Other blocks must be. Here, use that. It's big, but
What do I do? Just stick it on?
just stick it on.
This one.
Well, this one worked a little better. Wonder if a better cloth. No, don't like that cloth.
And I just stick it on?
Yeah, stick it on, hold it down for a few seconds. Yeah, let's see what this. Oh, that's
Okay.
okay. Pull it off. Okay, now buff it.
Just stick it on here?
Yeah. Wonder how. I'll use your dotty paper.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Show it to the people. This one is the one that he wrecked with the dots, but I just wanted to see. But yeah, actually, I quite like the image that you get. A piece of this stuff.
It's not as light on it. It's not as.
No, because you're going to ghost, but yeah, I'll buff that. It's a little bit more faint. Well, Carol, aren't you just a little bitchy person? I can't see it. It's too far away. Ah, I'm just kidding. Here, I'll come a little closer for you.
Yeah, this one came out okay.
Oh, yeah, that one came out nice. Okay, so I'll bring these up to here a little closer for you. So here's Walter's. So you see how it lifted the ink, and you get this really almost like a damask look on his.
And there's my print. That's the print.
That's the print that came from this one. And then this is the one where I use the butterfly. I think the darker the background, the better they'll show up. And this was the image I took from it. I let it sit too long, it dried, but it's still, it's kind of, it's subtle, but it's nice. And this was the one I made earlier. So kind of cool, isn't it? These are going to make great cards.
Except I got a little ink on mine.
It's okay, you can always trim it. Okay, so let's see what are people saying. Really nice, both of you. Thanks for the close-up. No problem. They're very pretty. Yeah, they are. There's other things you can do with this lift ink, but I'm not sure what they are. I watched Tim Holtz's video on it, and that was a while ago.
Wipe this thing off.
What? Yeah, wipe it off. Baby wipe. Actually, I should cover that up too. Okay, I'm going to try again, but I'm going to try. I want some of these for backgrounds though. But I want one for front. This one might work. That one I used with that. Okay, I think I'm going to use this. No, maybe I'll switch. Where are the baby wipes? Thing is about things that are alcohol based, you don't want them to sit on your rubber stamps for too long because they can eat into your rubber. Okay, I want to find something. I want to find something more abstracty. Where are the ruse? try a script stamp and see what happens. No, I don't have every color, Anita. There's a lot more colors than just these. But like I said, I don't use them a lot. And some of my colors are getting kind of low. Well, that kind of came out kind of cool too with the script. Bring it up a little closer for you to see. Actually, I think it might be upside down. But that's kind of cool. This would be neat in your mixed media journal for creating backgrounds or things. So let's see, did it work on here though? Oh, it worked really well on this. Now I found that you should use a soft cloth, not a paper towel. Which is ironic because what I'm using is actually a washable paper towel. But they're more like a soft cloth. And the more you buff it, the more it appears. Okay, I'll show you this. So there you go, this was with the script stamp. Subtle, but cool. Okay, that one I'm going to put aside to use as a background on a card. This one I might trim.
Do you have any more of that paper?
Which paper?
The absorbing stuff?
Yeah, it's right here behind you. It's right there. That one didn't come out too good. I wonder if I buff it a little bit more if I get. Probably not. Well, that one will look okay if I cut it up. That one's going to be background.
Oh, I didn't get a very good impression.
Oh, well, you probably were uneven,
Mm-hmm.
or you didn't get it. But that's where you can actually take another rubber stamp. That would be good. That's what I'm going to try. And use this, use that. I'm going to get a different one of these. Oh, I better clean that off.
Yeah, see, I didn't push hard enough in the middle.
No.
Because that's the...
Yeah. Do remember when you're pushing on here that this is glass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, don't crack my glass. Crack my glass, I kick your ass. It rhymes.
However, it came out okay on here.
What, on the... When you take these off, do you remember where you got them?
No.
Well, it would be nice if you did. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I want something that's going to give me...
Okay, where'd the baby wipes go?
They're right there on top of the
Oh.
vagabond.
Put them on your side.
Well, here, you can leave theirs, and here's another package.
Never mind.
You can
never
put
mind.
those over on your side, so that you don't have to get too
I probably
frustrated.
won't do many more of these.
I don't think I want that one. I'm just going to do one more, and then we can
Okay.
move in to do
something else.
Yeah.
How long is our time right now?
We're good. We've been on almost an hour, so move along here. I want something. There was one here that had. Oh, there it is. This is the one I want. Okay. Andy says, you guys are working so hard that I'm getting tired. I'll have to take a nap after this. Oh, and Anita says, what paper are they using, photo or Yupo? I'm using both, Anita. The smaller sheets are photo glossy, but we're using the back of the photo glossy because Mel suggested that might work better, and she's right. It does work better than the actual glossy side of it, and the Yupo is the bigger sheet.
I'm not sure about this one.
I'm going to just stick it on something. It doesn't really matter. No, I didn't get much out of that one. I think these pads dry up pretty quick. Probably should leave them.
Now, is that on your gloss? That's on the glossy side of the photo thing, so maybe it wasn't picking up as much on mine.
Oh, maybe. But I don't think there was, like, it didn't, well, I don't know.
Because both
Bye, Deb.
both of the ones that I picked were on the back side of the photo paper.
Where's my re-inker bottle? Okay. Where's the, oh, there it is there. Okay. That's one thing. See, that pad, they dry up really quick because it's
They're
alcohol.
alcohol.
Oh, I know what I want to try. Hand sanitizer. Because I have a feeling hand sanitizer's thicker, but if you put a thin coat on. So Laura, have you tried this stuff yet? This Lift ink or Lift alcohol Lift ink? I think the trick there is to cover it right back up real fast.
They're forgetting us. They're so busy.
What's that?
One more try. Stencil.
No, this one doesn't seem to work
No.
very well. So maybe you're right. Maybe.
Yeah, because that's on the full glossy
Yeah.
side of the photo thing. It's like it doesn't transfer. It's like it absorbs it. And maybe that's why it doesn't work as well on the front, because it's used to absorbing ink.
Maybe.
No, Laura says she doesn't have any alcohol inks yet.
I want to try one other experiment, but just before I want to try it with the hand sanitizer.
Have you?
Hey, what?
It says please read
Questions above.
So
How-
Melart, keep going, slide it down.
People are getting real pushy today, aren't you? Really? Okay, Mel, I'm not sure. Okay, Mel, you may have to repost the question because I'm not finding what you're talking about here. So if you don't mind.
So, wait, there was one there.
What?
No.
No, I've been through all of these.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, Mel, can you repost the question?
One more try. Can you
Are you
lift
going to use
colors using stencils? Can you lift colors using stencils?
How? Yes, actually. Let me get another surface here. How would you do that though? Actually, I think,
Stencils go through stuff. Right?
yeah, but if you put, I don't know, let's do a little experiment here. I'm just gonna make another. Oh, probably the wrong side though. Did I put it on the? Shoot.
No, actually, I think it's on the right side.
Encaustics with the inks. Ooh, now we're getting crazy. Where's my... And as I pass out. You know, try these at your next party. It doesn't matter whether people create ink, they'll just get high on the alcohol and they'll have a good time. Okay, so we're talking stencils here. All right. So, let me grab a stencil. Okay, so I've got this stencil right here. I'm just going to lay it down on top of that background, and I'm just going to take this ink and I'm going to actually, I think what he did was Tim Holtz used. He did
Somebody
do this.
suggested a dauber.
Yeah, that's what I think Tim Holtz used. Actually, I think what he did too is he took some of the stuff right out of the bottle and he put it on a craft sheet and then dipped it in. I don't know if it's working or not.
And then put the paper on top, right?
Put the paper on top.
Oh, you lift the stencil off so there's shit on it, and then
Yeah.
you put the paper, one of those pieces of
Oh, I
paper
suppose
on
you could
top.
do that. Well, we can try and see. It wasn't what I was going to do, but that's all right.
No, I thought you could take the stencil right off and do that, and because it's got it on the. Okay, take the stencil right off. Okay, now do it. Now do it with the papers. Okay.
But I did get stuff on here.
Mm-hmm.
It's very subtle, but there is a pattern on here. So maybe I didn't use enough of the ink, of the lift ink. There are people saying.
It says, the question was to try to use stencils with lifting colors. Can lift with a blender on a pad. I think.
Where are you reading?
Yeah.
Can lift with the blender on a pad, I think. Okay, so maybe directly. I'm just going to use the same one here. Okay, so if I take this and put, is this what we're talking about? Well, it's cleaning it off my stencil. Whether it's doing anything else, I don't know.
That's because you used the shiny part of the thing at paper again.
Did I?
Yeah. I think you shouldn't have used. Here, this is the U-pull. Why don't you try it on that?
I thought I did get texture, but it's not.
Try it on the U-pull.
It is lifting it.
Now I'd say lift the pen stencil and then put that paper on top of it. Now.
And I think what you're going to get is. You got a little bit of something, but not really that exciting. But now let's see about. This may have made it too.
Yeah.
I think it'll smear it if I rub it. Well, it works a little better.
Yeah, it's because
But
the
now-
shiny side of that paper.
But now I've taken it right off.
Yeah. Yeah, so much
Didn't
for
get the
screwing up my art.
Well, it's okay. It'll make good dyes. So you see it kind of all blurred together. I think it's something you have to play with to get it to work. Okay, let's do a quickie little cleanup here, and let's move on to the next stage, and let's make some cards out of these things that we've created here and see how that looks. Okay, so that's all your crap.
Mhm.
All right. Let's clean these things out of the way. Okay, so pick out something that you think would make a nice background, and then we're going to do an embellishment on top of it.
Background.
You know, like for your card front. A background. Like if you were to cut this to fit a card, it would be background.
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't make cards. What do I mean?
Hello, welcome to the Steve
Well, you do it. You do it first.
I'm not slow.
Well, I don't know. I don't make cards. I don't know what do you background? The background
Okay.
from what? Where's the paper?
The front of your card. For the front of your card. Well, here, give me like you've got stuff all over the place. I'm trying to make a clear spot here so we can work. So give me a second. Give me a second. Keep people amused. Talk about something. What's pissing you off this week?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Your memory.
I remember yesterday. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off because I can't remember.
It's your memory. Where's that other
There was something pissing me off the other day, but I can't remember what.
Okay, where's that other acrylic?
Oh, here.
Okay, I'm just trying. Probably don't need the gloves anymore. So take off the gloves. We're taking off the gloves, people.
It's good because I hate wearing these things.
And they hate you wearing them too. Okay, so those were extra blanks.
Makes me feel like I'm in an infected something or another.
Well, you are. Okay, I need to get that out of the way. Sorry, people, but you know, if I don't clean up, then we'll just have a big pile here and won't be see what we're doing. All right, these we're done with. Okay, so here we go. I've got some card backs here.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
You didn't ask. So, that is. Okay, so what I want you to do is we're going to put that on the front just like that for now. You can use a glue thing for it, center it. And then you're going to take one that you like and cut it down so it'll fit. Now, that means we'll have to cut it down. Need a ruler. So if these are 3.75 by 4.75, so we're going to cut them down to 4.5 and 3.5 after we get them on the card front. This will just add a little border. And let's see, I'm going to use this one, so...
Oh, crooked. Oh.
Well,
That's okay.
do it right.
Still crooked.
Well, what's your big problem?
I don't know. I'm challenged for getting it straight.
Jeez, really? What did I say, 3.5? Actually, put it on this side.
Well, look, your paper is crooked.
Yeah, right. Blame it on my paper.
It's
Well,
straight on the front top, but it's crooked on the bottom.
do another one if that's bugging your
It'll be okay.
heck out of you. They say 3.5 by 4.5. I think I cut that too much down that way, but that's okay. It'll work for our purposes. Okay, so there's a simple card. Now what we're going to do is, I'll move it a little closer so you can see. So I use that as my background, but now we're going to do it a little bit fancier because we're going to use the die cutting machine to make some dies. So you'll want to cut that down to 3.5 by 4.5. And save your strips. You can use those for other things too. All right, I want to make some butterflies. So pick one of these backgrounds. Actually, that would make a pretty butterfly. Okay, so I've got the Tim Holtz dual butterfly die, and off over here where you can't see is my die cutting machine. It's the Tim Holtz Vagabond. So this will cut me out 2 butterflies. So I'll make my sandwich and run it through the machine. So I got 2 butterflies out of that, but what I like to do is mount one on top of the other. Oh, look, that's kind of cool. That will make, I can make that into a background as well on a card. So you can get a lot of cards out of one. Now this particular set or this particular die comes with an embossing folder as well to add little texture. So all you do is you just line your butterflies back up. You can see the marks on there. And a little bit straighter. Okay. And then, oh, how do I do this? I've got to put it on something because it won't be thick enough. I haven't done this in so long, I forgot. So I've got my other platform here and the shim. So, do you want to, what die do you want to use?
What?
Did you glue it down?
No, not yet.
I think that's not good. Okay, now I have to wait for it to cool down because I had too thick a sandwich on here. So, I've now just jammed up my Vagabond. Should have known better. Have to wait till it cools off because it keeps it from overloading.
Well, actually, my card looks okay without it.
Well, you couldn't do it just like that too. But I thought you might like to try something, which you may not be able to because I may never get this out until. But I was going to take that negative though, this part, and I think you could make a cool card out of that. Actually use one of these ones that I pretty good because I got to cut it down. Damn it. Okay, I need to cut that down. You're still using that. Okay, let's just see what it is. So, Brenda says, so, are you pissed off this week? Me or Walter? I'm not really
Sure,
pissed
I
off
know that.
much this week. Oh, yay, thank you. Walter can't remember what he's pissed off about, so it couldn't have been too important. So if I want to get that. What are you looking for?
Tape thing.
There's two of them here. I don't know where you put yours. So, I'll see if I can unjam this thing. And it's coming, eventually. I think my Vagabond's starting to wear out. If I want to put that there, I need to shut this down to about 3.5. So, just bear with me, people. Shit. The hell's that? I don't know. I never had this problem until you're out here doing
Oh.
stuff. Like, it's all your fault. You have to be careful. It sometimes catches on that corner. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Okay. So this was the negative of that die. And this is the card I got out of that. So you see, don't throw away your negatives either, because you can get 2 for the price of 1. Now let's see if I can get my butterflies out here. Finally. Okay. So I embossed butterflies, so future reference, don't use that on it. Okay, so are you going to cut out a die? Why don't you try the feather?
Yeah, okay. I'll cut out a die of this one. Feather would.
Okay, so you can both line. Okay, so you don't know how to use this. So we're just off camera. Put it on top there. That on there. I like to do it twice. Now, do you want to emboss your feathers?
I don't know.
I think you should.
Okay.
Hang on to that. You might make a card out. So to emboss your feathers, it's one of these ones too. This feather one is like the dual butterflies. It's got the embossing folder with it. So, let's see here. Put them in. This one. My cutting mats are all. Should get some new ones. I don't use this machine very often anymore. So there's your feathers.
Very nice.
So now you can stick them
Just stick them on.
wherever you want, or if you want to raise them up. Well, I was going to say put them on a background, on a lighter one on there or something, cut it down or whatever, and you can raise them up. I've got some of these little thingies here. Actually, where's my smaller ones? Because so I've got these two butterflies, and what I like to do is I like to, even though they're both a different shape, I like to pop one on top of the other, so one's sort of like the background. So I'm going to stick some these little thingies down here. These are just those dimensional squares or pop squares or whatever you want to call them. The little sticky adhesive things that raise things up. Those of you that scrapbook know what I'm talking about. And then I give the wings a little bit of a fluff up. And I think I'll pop it up a little bit further too. Oh, shoot. Okay. And there we have it. You could add a sentiment to this. So there you go. You could put a little sentiment down here if you wanted to, or whatever, to add to it. You don't have to do the two of them on top of each other. You could do them as separate ones. That would look good too. It's whatever gets you. Turns your crank. Carol says, feathers would look great on text paper. Yes, they would. So then we've got this that I did originally with the alcohol lift. So this could make a really quick little card. Now in this one's case, I think what I'm going to do to offset it a little bit is just grab some oxide ink. Let's see, a little bit violet would be good. And I'm just going to make a faux border with the ink all the way around this. And I think I'll pop this up too, just to give it a little bit of dimension. Dementia? No. Dimension. Not dementia. That's what I have right now. Dementia. We're doing our time. We're just about to the end of our time here. How time flies when you're having fun. When you're creating. Having fun?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I think that.
See,
was
that looks cool. Give it a close up. And it's got a gloss to it too. So there, take a look at that. I think that looks really sharp. And so here's my next one. This was one of the prints that I took, or stamps, using the alcohol lift ink. And I just added a little bit of oxide ink around, very quick. I could put a sentiment down here. I could put a 3D embellishment, whatever, on that. I think that's a really cool rubber stamp, that one. I forgot I had it. So, there you go. And of course, you could use a lot of these for backgrounds in your art journal as well. There's kind of endless possibilities. And I could carry on making more cards. We've got lots of stuff here, but we'll save that. So, very quickly, I hope that was enjoyable for you. We didn't do a lot of talking today about anything, but that's okay. We didn't have a lot to talk about. What's coming up? Election day is on Monday, municipal elections. Walter's already done the research about who we should vote for, but they're all a bunch of duds. So it really doesn't matter. Of course, municipal elections anyways don't get many people out for them, and I can see why. But I'm not one of those people. Even if it seems pointless, I will still vote. Because if you don't vote, you can't bitch. Okay? So, and we got a Halloween dance coming up on Friday night, and we will show you next week. Well, at least I'll show you pictures of our costumes. We'll give you a little sneak preview. This is just one little part of it. You ready? Oh wait, I got to take off my glasses. Okay. What do you think? Yeah, this is just a part. There's a lot more that goes with this. So that's just a little sneak peek at what we will be part of our costume. So we'll talk more about that next week, of course. And we're talking about trying to get away, but I don't know when. We'd like to go away for a few days, possibly in the middle of a week or something like that. We haven't been anywhere for a while, so we're kind of antsy about that.
A couple of days somewhere.
Yeah, maybe Ottawa or something like that. I hear it's lovely this time of year. Whatever they say. But anyways, so that's about it for us today, people. So, thanks for joining us. I hope you found this enjoyable and a little different from what we usually do. We'll do another art attack sometime. Maybe we'll do something around, into December, do some kind of Christmassy thing. Have to think about it, and we'll see. So anyways, I hope everybody has a great week. My vlog's on tomorrow, and we'll be on again for the live next Sunday. Same bat channel, same bat time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, everyone, have a great week.
Have a good week.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.